More than 6 years after Kobe Bryant's helicopter crash, the idea that LeBron James could commute to Philadelphia by helicopter has understandably made many fans uneasy. Recently, a rumor that LeBron could commute between New York and Philadelphia by helicopter quickly spread across NBA media and social media, placing LeBron at the center of a heated debate. In reality, one of the comments that helped fuel the rumor came from ESPN's Brian Windhorst. He floated the possibility that LeBron could live in New York and reach Philadelphia by helicopter in about 45 minutes. That possibility was then treated in some corners as though it were already a confirmed plan. The story kept spreading. Soon, reports and social media posts claimed that LeBron would live full-time in Manhattan. They also claimed he would fly to Philadelphia for practices and games, but The Athletic's Fred Katz later reported that LeBron's living arrangements had not yet been finalized. Neither LeBron's camp nor the Sixers have confirmed a helicopter commute. New York and New Jersey have both been mentioned, while living closer to Philadelphia has not been ruled out. What made this rumor so explosive was that it touched several sensitive issues at once. It is both a story about a superstar using money to save time and a test of how Philadelphia reacts to the possibility that its newest star might not actually live there. The straight-line distance between Manhattan and Center City, Philadelphia is roughly 80 miles. Even without major traffic, a normal drive takes about an hour and a half each way. During morning and evening rush hour, it can easily take more than 2 hours. Spending nearly 4 hours in a car every day would be an enormous burden for a 41-year-old player with more than 2 decades of NBA wear and tear. That is why many people immediately compared the idea to Kobe's old commuting routine. Kobe lived in Newport Coast, a coastal community in Southern California. Driving to downtown Los Angeles during peak traffic could take close to 2 hours. Sitting in traffic for that long was hard on his knees, back, and feet. A roughly 15-minute helicopter flight to downtown Los Angeles became a way to save time and reduce the physical strain of the commute. If LeBron used a helicopter, he could fly into the Philadelphia area for the team's practice facility in Camden on training days and the arena in Philadelphia on game days. The airborne portion of each trip would take only around 45 minutes. That would allow him to replace hours of travel with more time for rest, treatment, and film study. More importantly, New York is one of the world's biggest centers for media, finance, and brand partnerships. SpringHill, his entertainment company, along with Nike and many of his other major business partners, regularly conducts business there. Living in New York could make it easier for him to balance basketball with his off-court business interests. That may also help explain why he has always been drawn to New York. But many parts of the plan become complicated once you look beyond the headline. First, there is the cost. One estimate assumed that if LeBron made 67 round trips, based on 41 regular season home games and 26 local practices, chartering the helicopter would cost roughly $804,000 per year. That would consume a substantial share of the take-home pay from his first-year salary of nearly $3.9 million. But for LeBron, whose net worth is estimated at $1.4 billion, that expense would still be relatively minor. On paper, the numbers might still work, but real life is far more complicated than a simple math problem. New York recorded more than 17,000 helicopter noise complaints during the 12 months ending in June. Mayor Zohran Mamdani has spoken out against non-essential helicopter travel, while advocacy groups and lawmakers continue to push for tighter restrictions. Even if LeBron viewed helicopter commuting as necessary, many New Yorkers might not see it that way. And that is before considering winter storms, low clouds, and heavy fog across the Northeast. The storm in February 2026 that caused more than 5,600 flight cancellations offered a clear warning. When severe weather hits, helicopter service can quickly become unavailable. Fog and low cloud cover can also disrupt flights throughout the winter. Second, safety has to be taken extremely seriously. The tragedy of Kobe's helicopter crash remains deeply embedded in the memory of every basketball fan. Whenever helicopter travel is connected to an NBA star, people instinctively feel uneasy. New York's crowded airspace has also been the site of repeated helicopter accidents. Since 1977, at least 38 people have died in helicopter crashes in and around New York City. In April 2025, A sightseeing helicopter crashed into the Hudson River, killing all 6 people on board. With those concerns in mind, Amtrak publicly offered LeBron an alternative. The Acela may be the more practical option. The trip from Moynihan Train Hall in New York directly to Philadelphia can take roughly an hour to an hour and 15 minutes. The upgraded trains offer comfortable seating and premium first-class accommodations. They also provide Wi-Fi, making it easier for him to stay connected. He could book multiple first-class seats for his traveling party, travel with his security team, rest along the way, and watch game film. Rail service would also be less vulnerable than a helicopter to low clouds and fog. Although major snowstorms can still disrupt trains, it would offer a better balance of safety, comfort, and practicality. Several Philadelphia real estate agents have also publicly pitched luxury properties in the city and its surrounding suburbs as alternatives to a New York commute. A 2-home arrangement may ultimately make the most practical sense. During stretches of games and practices, he could stay in a Philadelphia area residence to protect his body and keep his routine stable. On off days, he could return to New York by train or occasionally by helicopter to handle business matters. This is not simply a question of loyalty or right and wrong. It is a 41-year-old player near the end of his career trying to use his resources to balance basketball, business, and the lifestyle he wants. The truth behind the rumor remains unclear, but the biggest wish among fans remains the same. Whatever travel arrangement LeBron chooses, they hope he avoids unnecessary risk and safely completes the next chapter of his career in Philadelphia.